Hello everyone, this is Cormeet. Today I'm going to talk about my Nixos-Hyprland dotfiles. Now, I'm not actually using Nixos-Hyprland. As you can see, I'm officially on Windows. Like I wiped out my 512 gig SSD, which used to have Nixos, and now I'm running Windows primarily. Like not primarily, I'm only running Windows. And before I switched, I posted all my dot files. I mean, the ones which I actually cared about over here. And I thought I'd just make a video guide in case you're interested in using my Next OS Hyperland setup. It would look sort of like this. In fact, it would probably look exactly like this because the username would also be like this. And you have the Grovebox color scheme for the waybar and certain things. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was just the waybar and maybe Kitty, but apart from that, nothing else was Grovebox themed. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna um show you how to install it. I'm not gonna actually I'm gonna sort of show you the way you would set this up. So you'd have a Nixos installation and your base install. It doesn't matter. It just has to be NixOS. And then you would copy paste these files into your Nix OS directory. Now you don't need the flake.nix. I was gonna make a starter flake and I actually didn't do anything with it. You can probably delete this unless you know how to use a flake and actually do stuff with it. I didn't do anything with this. I just kept it here for some reason. This is the main file. You should probably just download this. And I'm gonna explain this a bit. So it has my bootloader. I set the timeout to 0 because I would like it when my PC boots quickly. You can make it 2. You can change the network host name to whatever you want. Uh, I set the Nix experimental features like flakes and Nix command. You can disable them if you want. You should probably enable them, so they're good features. Okay, so this is where the meat and potatoes start. So this enables Hyperland. It didn't enable with Xwayland because I had a weirdo issue when I was doing it with Xwayland. I used to open this extra window on startup, and I just thought it was kind of weird. I didn't know how to disable that, so I just removed Xwayland. Uh, GDM. I would have used LY, but I couldn't figure out how to configure it, so I just used GDM. Printing Awahi network, printing stuff. Some GVFS, Chrome, File Explorer stuff. Uh, some sound stuff. My user, you can change this to whatever you want. I made this Cormeet because that was my previous YouTube channel name. You can make it chocolate or whatever. You can change the shell, but I have a fish config, like a starter fish config over here, so it would be easier if you're just using fish. And it allows on free because why not? So these are some apps I'm installing for my shell. Uh, FZF, Fish, Bash. I kept Bash because some of my scripts actually use Bash instead of Fish. So yeah, I forgot why I have this. Kava. You don't need Kava. You can keep it if you want. Fast Fetch, Unimatrix, Starship, Trash CLI. You kind of need Trash CLI. I don't think you can remove stuff without that. Helix, VSCode-FHS, Manem, Python, JDK, and then your KD/services. Originally, I was running KD Plasma. If you saw my previous Nixos video, and I changed that a bit. So I'm some of these are for like my file explorer, and then other things are KD Plasma stuff and just some general packages. Um, Hyperland. I have many apps for Hyperland. Calculate. You don't need this. Palm mixer. You kind of do need that. Power control is optional, but it's good to have. Brightness CTL Shotwell is my image thing. Events for PDFs. Hyperlock, the lock screen. Blumen, Bluetooth network manager. That's for network manager. But I usually just use NMTUI. Uh, Swappy, Grim Slurp. That's for screenshots. Clip hist, clip and double clipboards for clipboard stuff. Energy displays. I don't know why I have this because it never works for me, but I mean, yeah. Sway BG. Uh, I'm using that for my background stuff. Waybar. I don't know why I was watching a Wimjoy video and he said that I should probably do this just in case because it might not work without that. So hence I added so many extra things. Lib notify, that's for Swain C, Sway notification center over here. Kitty, that's the terminal. BC, that's a calculator. It's for the spotlight script in Rofi. Uh, JQ, I think that was for another script, one of the Hyperland scripts. Rofi Hyper Sunset, that's for a red light, no, sorry, blue light filter. And then you have the apps I was using. This is it. Obviously, you can add whatever you want, change the list. The fonts I was using, my configs, some themes, and that's it. That's it for the Nixos configuration. Now, fast fetch is just a simple config.jsonc, which it looks kind of cool. And then you also have a compact config, which uses the image. I don't know why I have nexus.jpg. I think that was the previous. Uh, yeah, I used that previously, but now I just use this because it sort of fits with the Gruffbox theme. So yeah, that's fast fetch. Fish, that was the shell. Um, Forgot what these are for. You should probably just add that. You can probably remove fish.conf, but config.fish, these are my aliases. Obviously, you can change these. I made some of these because I know the Nix commands were kind of big. So I just preferred to make aliases for these so that it's easier for me to, use NixOS. Yeah. Helix, that's my um, text editor. My favorite text editor. Shoot. Yeah. Config.toml. Just some simple creation. It's really simple. And then Hyperland, my window manager. I used to use DWM, but DWM just didn't. It doesn't have as many features as Hyperland. It's super efficient with resources and stuff, but it's not good to use. Hence, I'm using since hence I changed it to Hyperland. This is the hyperland.conf. Obviously, I have the keybinds I wanted to use. Feel free to change any of these if you're running this. Shoot. Okay. So, Windows D, that's for Rofi. I was facing a problem when I was just doing normal Rofi dash show drun. I was facing a problem when I was just doing that normally. Hence, I put it into the login, the shell used in login, and it kind of works. It didn't work with icons, but at least it worked. Um, Unimatrix, Firefox, any launchers. These some simple commands. What you see, shift then. That's a to do. The text. You can just make like a to do text, and or it'll probably make one for you, and just it's like a to do list type thing. You just have like some simple commands. I was talking about how I use Network Manager TUI instead of the applet. Uh, you can remove this. I'd already got my Hyperland config from jcoolit's dot files, but I had changed it a lot and simplified many things. So this is sort of like the initial boot of that config. Just remove it, probably. Yeah, I don't even know if this would work here. So yeah, I'm not sure why this is here. Because NWD displays didn't really work. So uh, yeah, see jQuery Hyperland dotfiles. This is empty, so you can obviously remove that. Okay. Oh wait, one thing I forgot. You can remove all list, but scripts is important. When you're setting this up, you have to chmod plus x all of these to make them executable. These are important scripts for Hyperland. Okay. Uh, my terminal kitty.conf. It's a simple config. It just looks decent and stuff. That's about it. Rofi. I just have these themes. Two of these were from jcoolit's config. And then I have some scripts. You have to chmod the ones which end with .sh. So these two really. You don't need the xpower menu. Okay. And Swansea. Frankly speaking, you should probably use your own Swansea config. I didn't really configure Swansea that well. Waybar though, I'm pretty proud of my style.css. I think I tried to make it look as good as I could. Hence, I mean, I think I closed the image, but it looked like that. So yeah, that's Waybar. Has some simple modules. Not much to it, but like, I think it looked really good. Kind of look like Oglo the Nerd's Waybar if you search it up. And yeah, that was my Harperland rice. You'd have to, if you're setting this up, you'd have to keep everything except for this Nixos directory. You'd have to keep everything else in your .config directory, and then NixOS would go in your, etc NixOS. So yeah, and you'd have to chmod everything that's a script, except for the initial boot Hyperland thing. You don't really need that with my .files. So yeah, that's Nixos-Hyprland. Again, I'm not using Hyperland, hence I'm not using Nexus, so I couldn't really show this, but that's how you'd set it up. This is probably like one of the shortest videos I've finally been able to make something in under 15 minutes. So yeah, that's a major win for me, I guess. So yeah, see ya.